Wars challenge. This one is a level 7. We're doing it in Python, and it's called area of an annulus. So the area of an annulus, I had to look this up. An annulus is the ring here. So when given the length of the arrow a, where a is an integer and it's going to be greater than 1, calculate the area of the annulus, the gray ring. Okay. So this is a great, before we kind of dive into the solution here, this is a great use case as a Python coder, you're never expected to know everything, but you are expected to be a good Googler. So given this, I had no idea how to calculate the area. So I had to look at Wikipedia real quick. And so you see here I'm going to zoom in on this so you can kind of see in the video. All right, so you've got the arrow here. Or basically this line here, the capital A sort of represents the arrow that we're looking at here. Those two are the same thing. So what they're saying in the formula here is that if you do pi d squared, right? So d is half of that little arrow there. So that will give you the area of the annulus. So I didn't know that. So a little bit of Googling and we got the solution here. So we can use that to solve the challenge here. So again, just remember, coding is an open book test, right? So if it weren't for Stack Overflow, I wouldn't have a job in this field. So just keep that in mind as you are embarking on your journey as a coder. You're never expected to know everything, but you are expected to kind of Google your way out of the challenges here. So with that in mind, we're going to be given the A for that arrow here. I guess they're going to call it R. And so what we want to do is we need to import pi. In Python, there's a math module, and on that math module we can actually import pi. So basically just 3.1415 whatever. And so here if we look again at trusty Wikipedia, it's going to be pi d squared. So what I need to do is get d to be equal to half of the radius, or whatever that r variable is, and then we can just return pi times d raised to the second power. And so in the instructions it tells us to round to 2 decimal places. So when you do this, you're going to get way more than 2 decimals. So what we can do is use Python's round function, where the first parameter will be that expression, and then the second parameter is 2 decimal places. So I'm rounding it to 2 decimal places here. Okay, so let's test this out. See if it works. Looks like the preliminary ones are looking good, and the full submission looks to be successful as well. So if you like this stuff, remember to like and subscribe, and that way you'll be notified. I try to do a number of these Codewars challenges on any given week, and so you're going to get better at Python through repetition. And so please do that. That helps me out as well. And so until then, we'll see you on the next challenge.